Afternoon cactus people, and a very happy St George's Day to everyone. Let's hope you're all having a good time. What we've got today are some aeoniums. This one is a rather large specimen. Was a present from David, who is was one of the people that was kind enough to give us the videos of the Jardin de Cactus, which I'm probably saying wrong, in the Canary Islands recently. So you probably will remember the aeoniums in flower on that one, which I've been told, I've not seen them myself, they don't flower in this country very often. I've certainly not seen one in flower, but then again it's not my subject, so it's not the sort of thing I would have looked out for. But I got thinking, if they flower in the Canary Islands, which is a volcanic island, and they don't flower here, then we must be doing something wrong here. So I'm thinking, if we repot this into just some a substitute for pumice, which I haven't got any pumice, which I would use pumice if I had it. So I've got crushed thermalite blocks here, which are nice and porous and light, which is very similar to pumice, so that will do fine. And just leaf mould, so there's hardly any nutrient. Oh, there's a little bit of inert horticultural grit in there as well. So basically, if I repot this into this, it's going to struggle a little bit, and it might encourage it to flower, sort of panic it into flowering really. So that was the idea for this one. Down here we've got two aeoniums which were a present from Ros, which have grown wonderfully over the winter. I didn't expect them to grow over winter, but they're quite a lot bigger than when I potted them up, so we're going to pot those up separate. These I'm going to do into just some Ziggy's #1 compost with some grit in there. We're not going to try and scare these ones, so right, let's one thing at a time. Let's get this one out of the pot and see what the roots are like. Now, I know David's only just got back from the Canary Islands, and aeoniums come from the Canary Islands, but I'm assured that that's not actually connected, that he did have this one before he went there, so not a question of bringing something back from customs, through customs, that he shouldn't have. So, okay, looks like it's quite dry, it's not been watered for a while, so try and tease the compost off of that. That's quite dense in the middle. It's coming off all right. Now I want to get as much off as I can, but I don't want to absolutely destroy the roots, so I have to strike a balance there. See if I can get my pokey stick in a bit. Yeah, that's helping. It's coming off all right. So get most of that off. And yeah, if I keep normally I put the aeoniums outside for the summer, but I think if we want to simulate the heat of the Canary Islands, what I'll do is I'll keep this one in for the summer. But then again, you've got to think about the wind that's out there, because it's out in the middle of the Atlantic and very exposed. I've not been to the Canary Islands, but I've been to Gibraltar, and that's windy enough. So we've got to think about plenty of ventilation for it. Okay, that's got that bit off. And nice big clay pots with a bit of crock in the bottom, with a bit of the new compost in the bottom. And like I say, it should hopefully simulate the volcanic soil of the Canary Islands. If I had something volcanic, I'd be using it, but I haven't, so that's the end of that one. And they grow in rocks on cliffs and in crevices, so they're really not used to a rich soil, so that might be where we've been going wrong with them over here, just mollycoddling them too much. And the soil that builds up in crevices on volcanoes is basically just wind-blown dust, a bit of bird droppings, and any leaves that fall off trees and form a leaf mould. So I don't think I'm too far wrong with this for reproducing the soil. It's either that or it will just turn up its toes and die. So okay, let's got that one in there. That will need a top dressing. I'll give it some horticultural grit as a top dressing. So yeah, he's just getting balanced. If anyone can hear anything outside the cactus house making a strange noise, that's probably Graham. So that's that one out of the way, and repot these little ones from Roz, which are doing great. This one is the Aeonium Schwarzkopf, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, I think it means blackhead. And yeah, I potted this one up when I got it, and it's done very well. There's no need to change the compost on that because it's not long been potted up. So okay, a bit more gritty Ziggy's number one in there, which is just a loam based compost. And I'm surprised how well this has grown over winter. It's a lovely little plant. So I'm not normally into succulents, but I quite like these. I've acquired a few of them over the past year or so. All started off with one I won in the raffle. That's lovely. I'll stick the label back in there. And the other one, labelled Aeonium Velour, which looks very much like this one. Slightly green in the middle. You can see the Schwarzkopf is dark all the way through, so this is probably the same variety as this. So again, a little crock in the bottom of that to stop the compost coming out. And a bit in there. And he's got a little branch on him as well, so it's lovely. Again, these are very dry. I have given them a little bit of water over winter, like I have with the other succulents. I don't water the cacti over winter, but I keep the succulents a little bit moist because I know they're a bit different to the cacti. Again, that's nestled that one in there nicely, and when I've finished I'll give them all a nice top dressing. The label back in there, and we'll see how these all do. It'll be interesting to see if any of them flower this year. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Enjoy the rest of St. George's Day.